Hi everyone at Sheets Memorial Christian School in Lexington, North Carolina, and welcome to chapel. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day as you're gearing up for your Operation Christmas Child season. As this is your 50th year of education at Sheets Memorial Christian School, you have been involved with Operation Christmas Child for many years. And I am so encouraged to hear that and to know that you are excited once again to be packing shoeboxes in the 2018 season. Did you know that since 1993, since Operation Christmas Child started, it has been 25 years, and in those 25 years, 157 million of these shoeboxes have been distributed all around the world in 160 different countries. And this year, in 2018, we are praying that the Lord will provide 11 more million of these shoeboxes so we can reach 11 more million children. And you get to be part of that by packing shoeboxes right there at Sheets Memorial Christian School this season. When you pack one of these shoeboxes, you allow a child around the world to hear about the good news of Jesus Christ through these shoeboxes. They mean so much to me for a very personal reason. So I wanted to take a couple minutes to tell you a little bit about my personal story and why Operation Christmas Child is so important to me. My name is Izabella Macmillan, and I grew up in communist Romania. Romania is a country far away in Eastern Europe. You have to take a plane to get there. And in Romania, growing up, we were not allowed to worship. We were not allowed to come together like you guys have just come together for chapel at your school. We were not even allowed to say the name of God out loud because that could really get us in trouble. We also didn't have much. We didn't have toys. We didn't have a lot of things to play with. We hardly had a couple books that we could read here and there. We didn't have electricity. When it was dark outside, we had to go to bed. So there were a lot of things that we were lacking. But I had a mom and dad who loved me and my brother, and they did the best they could to provide for us. You know what we got for Christmas? Most of the time, it would be in a brown bag, an orange. And we would get so excited because we wouldn't get oranges very often. And those were the best Christmases that we remember. But when I was 13 years old, I received my very first big gift that came in the form of a shoebox that was wrapped in beautiful, colorful paper. And that shoebox was given to me freely, just like God's grace is given to each of us freely. I didn't have to do anything for that box. I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to work for it. Someone came to me and gave me that box just because. And that alone meant so much to me. Also, my shoebox was wrapped in colorful, beautiful paper. And I have never seen that much color before in my life. In Romania, everything was black and white and dark blue and dark gray. We didn't see bright colors. And that shoebox was like a splash of color entering our black and white life. And when I opened my shoebox, there were so many beautiful new things in my box. I have never seen so many new things before. Everything was colorful. Everything was new. And it just smelled so good. It smelled new. And it was all for me. My brother also got his own box, and we had our own toys. A lot of the things we have never seen before, and we didn't really know how to play with them, but we figured it out, and we had so much fun with it. But the biggest thing that stood out for me in this box is a little thing that was in the corner of the box. But before I show it to you, let me tell you why it was so important to me. It was really cold in Romania every winter. It would get really cold. And whenever it was dark outside, around 5:30 in the afternoon, we had to go to bed. And we didn't want to go to bed. We had to go to bed because we didn't have electricity. We couldn't just turn the lights on. So mom and dad, they would tell us we have to go to bed when it was dark outside, unless if it snowed outside. If it snowed outside and there was snow on the ground, they would let us go outside and play a little bit longer. So we always hoped every winter that it will snow. Well, let me tell you a little bit what also happened when I was 7 years old. When I was 7 years old, my brother and I, we came home from school one day and we discovered a hidden Bible in the floorboard of our house. And we started reading the stories in the Bible. We never heard them before. And that's how we started learning about God. And when I was in the 5th grade, 11 years old, that is when my brother and I started going to a little underground church in communist Romania where we were learning even more about God's Word and the Bible. And that little church is where I learned for the first time how to pray. I was taught by my pastor to talk to God like He's my best friend and to tell Him what's on my heart, what's on my mind, and He will answer. And so in that winter time, when I was 13 years old, I started praying, you guessed it, for snow, because I wanted to have a really fun winter. I didn't want to have a boring winter when we had to go to bed at 5:30. I wanted to have snow outside so we could go outside and play. And it was about 3 months after I started praying for snow that I received my colorful shoebox. And in the corner of that box, are you ready for me to show you what I received in the corner of my box? I wish I could show you the original one. I don't have the original one anymore. But what I found in the corner of my box looked something like this. It was a beautiful silver and blue snow globe. And God answered my prayer through that shoebox and through that snow globe. Now I know that many of you have been packing shoeboxes for many, many years, and you probably are thinking, we are not allowed to put snow globes in the shoeboxes. And you are right. No more snow globes in the shoeboxes. But nevertheless, God answered my prayer through a beautiful snow globe when I was praying for it. And guess what I have found? Just last year, I discovered this little snow globe that actually can go in the boxes. It is not breakable. It doesn't have liquid in it. It is very, very simple, but you can just buy them in the store. Someone made these, homemade them for me. And I got so excited to know that I can send this little snow globe for a little girl or a little boy when I pack my shoeboxes this year. But as you start packing your shoeboxes right there at Sheets Memorial Christian School, I just want to encourage you as you put in those school supplies and hygiene items and toys and you are having fun, don't forget that every single box has the face of a child behind it. Every single box has to have one item that is the most important. Are you ready? I want you to remember this. This is the most important item that can go in every box. And that item is your prayers. I want you to not send any box from Sheets Memorial Christian School without praying for it. And pray over it, over and over and over again. Pray for the child who will receive it. Pray that the child who will receive that box, God will reveal Himself to them through that shoebox. Did you know that with every box that children receive all around the world through Operation Christmas Child, on the top of the box, they are also going to receive a little booklet that looks like this. And this little booklet is a little illustrated booklet about the life of Jesus. So children are going to learn about Jesus with every single shoebox that you pack. And this booklet is going to be in their own language so they can clearly understand. And they will receive the greatest gift, which is Jesus, along with the shoeboxes that you pack. So when you pack boxes, I hope that you will get encouraged by that. And I do want to give you a special shout out for all of you who are packing shoeboxes. So get ready because I want to hear how loud you can get when you hear your teacher's name. So get ready to be really, really loud. If you are part of the kindergarten class, Mrs. Osigera's kindergarten class, give us a big shout. First graders, Mrs. Talbert, give us a big shout if you're ready to pack shoeboxes. How about second grade, Mrs. Smelter's class? Are you guys ready to pack shoeboxes? It's almost like I can hear you back there. And how about Mrs. Scott's third grade class? Are you ready to pack shoeboxes this year? Fantastic, I can hear you almost screaming. How about Mrs. Wren's fourth grade class? Are you ready to pack boxes? And last but definitely not least, the big kids in the school, Mrs. Arrington's fifth grade. Are you ready to pack shoeboxes? Well, as you come together and as you start packing shoeboxes, remember that your collection week, it is November 13th through the 18th at your school. So make sure that you bring in your boxes, have fun packing, knowing that you are making an important impact in many, many children's lives around the world. They will receive the shoebox. It will become a gospel opportunity. They will hear the gospel and they might respond to that gospel. A lot of the children do. Did you know that through Operation Christmas Child, every 20 seconds, a child comes to know Jesus? Because we are sending so many shoeboxes all over the world, we are seeing every 20 seconds, a child come to know Jesus. That's what you get to be part of. They hear the gospel, that's evangelism. Then we invite them to come back and to have classes about learning how to do life with Jesus. And that is what we call our discipleship program, The Greatest Journey. They get on this greatest journey with their local teachers and local pastors. And then they go out and they tell others about Jesus, what they have learned. And that is how we see multiplication happen after each shoebox. So these shoeboxes are by three things. And I want you to shout these out really loud after me. Here are the three things: evangelism, discipleship, and multiplication. That's what you do through Operation Christmas Child. Discipleship, multiplication, and it starts with evangelism.